Well, to shed more light on this, we're most delighted to be joined over the phone by our prominent guest, Mr. Mohamed Rifaie, School Director for one of the international schools and educational consultant. Good afternoon, Mr. Mohamed. How are you doing? Thank you for being with us.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine, great, thank you. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you for hosting me today.
Well, it's a high-level meeting, actually. When we talk about technology, we talk about Japan, of course, #1 technology.
Absolutely,
and
yes.
Yeah, exactly. That's why the meeting is supposed really to be a high-level meeting for enhancing the educational system in general and preparing new cadres and new generation prepared and well-known with all the tools of the AI prepared for tomorrow and the labor market of tomorrow. How do you find the significance of the meeting, first of all?
That's #1. It's absolutely essential. The transformation of technology today, if we do not comply to it, then we're completely out of the race.
Yeah, indeed, yes.
Absolutely, yes, yes. Teaching the new generation and adapting AI in our curricula is a vital step, and it's one of the most important steps that could ever be taken to enhance the efficiency of our educational systems.
Yeah, and concerning the curriculum, as you mentioned, Mr. Mohamed, we're always talking about the curriculum and it should be enhanced and it should be developed. And that's why most of the Egyptians nowadays sending their students or their children to international schools or international universities or even abroad to be learned and to study abroad. So how it's really essential to enhance the curricula with the Japanese side as well?
Let me speak a word of truth, actually. AI, to most of the Egyptians, is being used as a fancy Google search engine. And we're not using even 0.5% of the capacity of artificial intelligence. Now, artificial intelligence is completely useful in everything. In education, for instance, the integration of AI in our schools, we've tried doing that at the international schools. We've already done that as part of the 21st century skills, and I want to tell you, the difference was holistically significant. It changed even the attitude of the students as well, not only their knowledge, not only their skills, because here's the key. To use AI, you need to know what prompts should I feed it to get the possibilities that I want.
Yeah. Well, of course, all of us have seen how AI now in all fields have been like necessity and basics in the all industries and all fields of work. I mean, production industries and etc. I mean, it's no longer luxury. So that's why, of course, how it's really essential as well to start with the AI literacy for within the basic education for the new generation.
This is in two parts. Let me break these down. First of all, the part which is directed to the teachers. Today, international schools, we implement what we call adaptive learning. Now, adaptive learning, the philosophy of adaptive learning, I don't teach the lesson as a teacher at one level and expect the same result from all the students. We redesign our lesson plans and our assessments in such a way that it would suit all the levels of all the students. Let me clarify this out. At the end of the year exam or any assessment, for instance, in a test, it's not the same test which will be distributed to all the students in the class. Each student will have a module that suits the level of this certain student. How do we figure this out as educators? We figure this out by feeding the AI with the information of the results that we have out of previous experiences with the children through testing the skills and testing the knowledge and testing the character, and we get full reports back from AI.
Yeah.
In the olden school, old days, a whole team worked to get this done. And believe me, it wouldn't be less than from 7 to 10 people working 24/7 to get all this data out. Now, after using AI, we get this. Only one teacher could get this assessment for a number of at least 20 students all at once. Now, this is the teacher side. The reflection of this on the students was marvelous.
Yep.
It was astonishingly marvelous.
Yep. And how you find the impact of the data analysis as well in how it will affect the quality of education, as President El-Sisi emphasized this from the point of view of an expert or an AI expert?
Let me tell you, as a director, today I only have to follow the patterns, get the data. I just collect the data through my resources down there at school, feed it in with the AI, and I get everything ready and analyzed. But here's the point, because someone may just say, okay, why do I need a director? Why do I need a management team? I can only hire data collectors and just feed it into the machine, and the machine will tell me everything.
Exactly.
This is not the case.
Yeah.
The directors or the managers' experience here is essential in directing the process, what data and how the data should be taken this time, because this is variable. It's not a rigid process which is just repeated as a prototype at all times.
Yeah.
You would pay more attention to more areas of focus at certain times rather than other times, because the situations are variable in real life.
Well, talking about preparing new generation for handling and managing with the machine learning and the algorithm of the artificial intelligence, how it's really essential to know that the AI or the artificial intelligence will eliminate so many jobs afterwards in the labor market and will really create millions or thousands of other jobs.
It will create lots of other jobs, but the kind of jobs that it would eliminate, for instance, the customer services. When you have one-on-one service contact with a real human sitting there at the other end of the computer or the screen or the phone, you wouldn't need the human assistance here anymore, because an artificial brain would be serving you as a customer. So if the human who's serving the customer does not increase their knowledge, does not adapt to the requirements of the artificial intelligence and enhance their skills and knowledge technologically, they will not be able to follow track. They would get laid off. These are the kinds of jobs which are threatened. But this is not the end of the road. It's not a dead end, because the holders of such professions, they do have big chances to increase their knowledge as well and awareness of the artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
That's the point here.
Yeah, and that's the point. I'd like to ask you here about we're talking about the students and how we're supposed to teach them the AI, scientific technologies and methodologies, etc. How about the teachers? How are we supposed to prepare them as well to handle and to manage with such students, machine learning,
Yes,
and
yes.
also the data analysis or the algorithm of the AI?
I do this through continuous professional development workshops and AI courses. These are a must. Nobody would be able to do without them. In a few years, it's taken over. If you don't have the AI certain courses, if you don't have the knowledge and the know-how of using AI, you will not be able to compete anymore.
Well, also I'd like to ask you about the tools help the educators identifying and the individual students' talents, and that might be missed in traditional one-size-fits-all classroom.
This is exactly why we have adopted adaptive learning. We implemented adaptive learning. Adaptive learning, by the way, it preserves the individual identity of the student, of the learner. It doesn't make them all the same because the approach is different. Therefore, the response would also be different.
Yeah. Well, Dr. Mohamed Rifaie, I would like you to hold on with us. Short break, and we'll be right back to continue our interview with you.
Right.
All right.
Thank you.
All right.